Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Positive Girl podcast with me, Sabrina. This is the show that is going to help you become your best self. Today, we are talking about I'm super stressed. What should I do? But before we jump into that, I do want to invite you to come and say hi to me and follow me and join my little motivational party that I have over on Instagram. You can follow me at Sabrina Joy Perozzo, or if you are on Clubhouse and you want to have like a real chit chat, you can follow me at Sabrina J Perozzo, or if you prefer email with any questions, comments, concerns, prayer requests, feedback, topics, suggestions, or just to say hey, hi, and hello to me, send an email to realpositivegirlpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to get to know you. Also, if you have a suggestion for a topic that I should talk about here on the podcast, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to do it. I'd love to dive deep into it. But let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. Again, I'm super stressed. What should I do? So I have been super duper stressed lately with my day job. And just so you know, it's been a little bit over the top stress. And if you didn't know, I work at our family business, which is an e-commerce agency. Generally, you can think of it as digital marketing. And I specifically manage ads for brands that sell on Amazon. That's what I specifically do. And it has been so super busy and overwhelming lately. There's been a lot of change, a lot of growth, and a lot of work. And when my stress comes along in my life, from what I've noticed, I typically have trouble not allowing it to affect everything else in my life. I'm sure I'm not the only person that has this issue. So this work stress isn't just staying at work, it is slithering into my personal life and causing me to think about more than I should, right? To really mull over those problems, bring those into the nighttime conversations, drag work through the whole entire day when really it should be, work and then some break times, even when you own your own business. I know being a business owner and an entrepreneur, you're sometimes working around the clock. However, you still have to make time for breaks. You still have to make time for rest. You still have to make time to have fun and not necessarily hold all of those stressors and those issues or whatever's happening in your mind, on your heart, because how are you supposed to get refreshed? How are you supposed to be able to come back the next day and conquer all of the things you have to do, especially in a small business? So it's been a problem that I've been trying to evaluate. My husband's been trying to help me so much. He's so concerned and just trying to figure it out. And I thought that it would be, I thought I would share with you some real life in the moment stuff that I have been going through in case you are experiencing something similar. And I wanted to give my real-time reactions because I honestly have never experienced this much stress in a work environment that didn't have anything to do with drama. So past jobs had stressed me out because of the people I was working with or the management style. So it's either like the people were dramatic or they were hard to work with, or, we kind of like didn't get along, or the management style, which is typically like you don't care or micromanaging every single little thing, which can get tough. So yeah, but right now it's just the workload and desire to do our best for our clients in this moment that is contributing to my stress. And I thought it would be kind of a different chit chat for us to have, because I know that I share a lot of things that I've experienced and gone through on this show, because I am totally here to be open, honest, transparent, vulnerable with you guys about what I've gone through, and, really sharing my own experience and insights with you on how I've dealt with those things, because it seems more real than just giving generalized advice. And I thought it'd be really cool to just talk about what I'm going through, because I know I'm not alone. I know there's going to be other people that are feeling super stressed, whether that has anything to do with your job or not, or maybe it has to do with, your kiddos at home having to do homeschool or having to do school online. Maybe it has to do with friends, family member, spouse. Maybe it has to do with you trying to find that right job or trying to start your business. Like you're a small business, right? You're being an entrepreneur, you're getting out there, you're doing your thing, but it's difficult and it causes stress. And so that's why I wanted to bring it up. And I'm being totally honest in here. I'm like, I am super stressed. What should I do? That's literally the topic that I had topic title I come up with today because it was a genuine, honest question. So, I also think I think that my stress, it also has something to do with me not knowing the best way for me personally to handle stress. I've done previous episodes on this podcast on how to handle stress, which was helpful for many of you and me too, obviously, because when I'm doing a lot of this research to come up with the best knowledge to pass on to you guys, along with everything that I've experienced and, have understood what other people have gone through as well, that definitely helped me. All of that research, it does help me a lot as well. But, I wanted more options. Because something that I say here all the time is that just because I give you a list of things that could be helpful, specific advice, whatever it is, even if you talk to me directly in real life, on social media, on Clubhouse, like whatever it is, and I've had someone recently reach out to me and ask me my advice about something they're going through, like whatever it is I tell you, I still always say, hey, if my advice doesn't apply to you, if you don't feel like it worked, you don't feel like it really aligns with who you are and what you need and what you want to accomplish in getting through this issue or this experience, then please go talk to a professional or go seek out more advice online on Google, because I am not the only one giving out good advice, right? And so I always say that. For me, I think I found that I did try some of even the own advice that I gave to everyone, thinking like, oh, that'll work. And then it's just not working right now. And I feel like this is a really good time to remind everyone that, we all go through different seasons of life, and things that have worked in a previous season aren't necessarily going to work in the next season or the season after that, right? And it might work again at some point, whatever it is, whether it's like how to best manage your day, how to go after your goals, how to deal with stress and anxiety and depression, and how to, manage money and, all of these things. And I know you're like, manage money, that's going to be the same the whole time. It's not going to be the same the whole time, because if you go from different financial points in your life, you're going to have to learn how to manage different amounts of money in different ways, especially if you're spending it differently and you have more or less of it, and whatever is going on in your circumstances in your life, it's going to be different. So we're always constantly going through different seasons of life. And so we have to learn to adapt to those seasons and how to deal with whatever it is that will best fit you during that time of your life. Hopefully that makes sense. So which is why I was like, okay, you know what? Growth, change is happening in my life. These ways of handling stress are not helping me right now. I need to seek some more out. So I decided to ask for some opinions on social media, and I'm going to share those suggestions with you today. Woohoo! And I am also going to share some ideas I have tested out over the past week that I believe are working really well for me personally as well. And I think that this might actually be something, if you enjoy it, please feel free to give me feedback on Instagram, email, whatever you want. If you think this is helpful for me to ask opinions or advice of you guys online. Even if you want to just send it to me directly in an email, that's cool too. And then talk about it, get your guys' advice of how to deal with stress or anxiety or panic attacks, which I had one of those today, or deal with not being able to get everything done that you want to get done, right? Or prioritizing your day, or all kinds of things, right? Or how to tell someone you don't want to do something, all of these things. So if you think it would be fun for me to really just pull the audience kind of thing and then deliver what I find, let me know. But that is what I'm going to do today. So here are some of the suggestions I got from social media friends on how to handle my stress. And I have 4, and then I have 4 that are working, that I've tried out personally. So the first one is journaling. Super classic. Actually, one person said doing it free of what is that called? Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness. I did not write myself a note for that, guys. I apologize. But they suggested doing a stream of consciousness, which means that you're not actually thinking about what you're writing. You're just writing whatever comes out, whatever flows. And I've done this before on several occasions, and it's very interesting what comes out. It's not necessarily a real flow of words and sentences. Like they don't naturally go together, but they're coming out of you. And that is a very good way for you to understand what's going on in your mind without trying to be so critical and analytic about it and just letting it free form. So whether you do it that way or you just journal in general, write down what your feelings are, write down what you're going through, really just get it out of you. That's how I feel. Like if you just get it out of your mind and get it out of your body and put it somewhere else, it's as if you're just like taking those worries and those stressors and putting them in a book and putting them away for a little bit so that you can just bask in the emptiness and the calmness, at least for a little while. So I think journaling can really help, and it can also give you benchmarks on if things are getting better, getting worse, and how you felt one day and how it's affecting you days following that. And then again, whether things are getting better or worse. The next suggestion that I got was meditation, super classic. And meditation can work. I am really bad at it. Let me just be honest with you. I've tried it many times. I've tried it with like going on YouTube and just pulling up those free videos and just listening to them. I have tried it with Gabby Bernstein's books. I tried more so with hers because they seem to be short and to the point, and I love her. So I'm trying really hard to do those ones that are in her books and on the website. And I've tried to just sit in peace and quiet and just turn my mind off as well. So I feel like those are the versions of meditation that I have tried. It's possible that there are other ones out there that I haven't tried that would work better for me, but I have a really hard time turning my mind off. But I don't think that meditation is the bad thing. I just think that it takes practice, and I have to actually make a commitment to it, not just try it a couple times and get off and then give up on it. No, I got to try it more than that. So, but that was a great suggestion. The next one that I got was walking. And, I never really thought about exercise, and I do like to work out when I'm stressed, and it does help me release stress, but just taking a walk can be really helpful. It's a lot easier. I don't get as sweaty. Plus I can take my Doge with me and just have a nice little walk around the neighborhood while I listen to a podcast or music or audiobook, which would be really nice and really great. So I do think that walking would be a good suggestion for me, because it also helps me to just get physically moving and get out of my house and just kind of like change up the scenery. And also my dog gets some exercise, which is good. And then the last suggestion that I want to share with you guys that I got on social media was listening to fun dance music. And I thought that was fun and very specific that this person said fun dance music, so that you can kind of just like, I interpreted it as like shake off the stress. Just let it go. Let yourself just feel free and open and flowing, so that you're not letting it just be all contained in your body and you feel so stiff and rigid and like it's taking over you. That's how I feel stress affects me. It just takes over me. So yeah, I thought that would be fun. And I think I'm going to try that. I like to listen to music during my day if I'm not on like a video call, which I'm on a lot these days. But even when I'm not, even when I am, I like to have soft music in the background. But when I'm not, I think that it'd be fun to turn on some really fun dance music, kind of shake it out a little bit, have a little bit of fun, even if it's just for 5 minutes between calls and tasks. And I feel like that would really help me kind of de-stress during my workday, which could be really beneficial for my entire day. So here are some of the things that have worked for me lately that I have tried and tested out, and I feel like are really benefiting me in combating my stress. The first one is playing video games. So I have a Nintendo Switch, and I really enjoy it. And so I was at Target like 2 weeks ago, and I decided to buy a couple games just randomly. I was like, oh, that game looks fun, and that game my husband had spoke about. And so I bought Stardew Valley, and then I bought this other Mario game that really reminds me of Super Mario World. So if you ever played that on Super NES, it's like my favorite game of all time for Nintendo, of all time. Maybe just in general, like my favorite video game of all time. And I love it. And so I was like, oh, I want to get this game and play it. And I still like to replay Super Mario World, like from top to bottom, even all the hidden stuff. But I was like, I'll just give this new game a try. And so I started playing video games in the last week more and more. So I play that, and I play Animal Crossing. I haven't played Stardew Valley yet. And it's just fun because I'm in a different world. I'm focusing on something totally different. Sometimes stress can come within the playing the game if like I can't beat one of the levels in the Mario game. But with Animal Crossing, if you've ever played it, you know that it's really just calm. If you haven't played it, it's kind of like a role-playing game with where you have a house and you're a human, and then you go live, like at least with the one I have, you go and you live on an island with a bunch of other like animals personified as people, and you just fish and you pick fruit and you build a house and you sell things back and you catch butterflies and little critters, insects, and all this stuff. It's really just a role-playing game. It's kind of like those little farming games where you have to build a farm and do all the chores to get all the things, but in a more fun way because you get to dress your character up and celebrate holidays in the game and all of this type of stuff. So anyway, I started playing video games. I found it to be really calm and relaxing. I really enjoy it. So I've actually been like carrying my Switch around the house, and if I have a few minutes, I'll just pop on and play, and it's been really nice. The next one that I've been trying is taking a bath. I'm a big bath person. One of the reasons why we live in our current house is because it has a nice little layout in our master bath for me to take an actual bath. And I love it because I can just sit in the bath and I will watch like a TV show, and I will just chill with the candles lit and the lights off and just be calm. And I will sit there for like an hour. And I love it because it actually calms my whole body, which is helpful for me because I hold a lot of stress physically in my body, and I'm so tense, and my mouth is so like tensed up and it's in pain by the end of the day. And taking a bath just allows me just to be calm and soak in the hot water, which is also helpful since I work out so much too. So it really just helps to just de-stress my body as well as my mind. And the next one is napping. I love a good nap. I know that a lot of other people may not be able to nap very well. My husband's one of those people. He's not very good at napping, which is okay. So if this is not your preference, that's totally fine, but it's something that has really helped me. I like to take a quick nap in the middle of the day. It's better when I time it. So if I actually put an alarm on, if I don't, I could sleep like upwards of 3 hours in a nap. But if I just nap for like a quick 45 minutes to an hour, I usually wake up feeling pretty refreshed and ready to take on the rest of the day. And it does help me like you're asleep. And I try to make a very conscious effort not to think about anything and just allow myself to sleep and be calm and wake up refreshed and act like I'm starting my day again right from there. And it really helps me to just have a more calm mindset, which is what I really think is helpful for me. And the last one is shopping, which I know that a lot of people aren't going to necessarily agree with. But for me, it's like grocery shopping at Target for randomness, going clothing shopping, which I did with my daughter like a week or two ago. It's fun, right? It's so fun. I like it. And even if I don't buy anything, even if I'm just window shopping and looking at things and maybe planning on buying things in the future, or, just going in and checking out all the new things, I love it. It's a de-stressor for me because I feel like I'm in a different world of just like, oh, look at all the pretty shiny things. Look at all this cool stuff. Let me think about future projects I can do or future reasons why I may or may not need this and not necessarily buy it. Just look at it and kind of plan for the future and think about maybe. And I don't know, it just feels so good. I am a shopper though. I am a shopper. But I have become a lot better about like just window shopping or looking and thinking and really trying to decide if I actually need that thing in my life or actually want that thing in my life, and I'm not going to just throw it away 6 months from now. That's an important question to ask yourself if you are a big shopper, so you don't waste your time and your money. But anyway, I love shopping. It actually is a really big de-stressor for me. Even if I do grocery shopping for the house, just to get out and get things that we need and just be in a different mindset. But yeah, so those are all the things that have worked for me recently. And in addition to the 4 I named that I got suggested from social media. So hopefully this is helpful to you if you find that you are super stressed as well, regardless of how that stress is coming upon you. I hope that some of these suggestions help. But again, if none of these are helpful to you, please ask a professional and or check online for more suggestions. But thank you so much for listening to the Real Positive Girl podcast, again with me, Sabrina. Check below for our show notes and where to find me on Instagram, which is at Sabrina Joy Perozzo, or Clubhouse at Sabrina J Perozzo, or on TikTok at Sabrina Joy Perozzo. I'm starting to do TikTok more. And, or an email. You can send that to realpositivegirlpodcast@gmail.com. Again, with any questions, comments, concerns, prayer requests, feedback, topic suggestions, or just to say hey, hi, and hello to me. So until next time, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.